So match day 8 of the Champions League has come to an end, and wow, this is the final day of the league phase. Obviously, a lot of teams were fighting for that top 8. Just looking at it now, there were about like 8 teams, 9 teams fighting for the top 8. And surprisingly of all, the team that had come into the match day in third place, Real Madrid, ended up in third place. I'll talk about Madrid first. I'll talk about Barca later because Madrid was by far the craziest game out of all of them. So Madrid coming into the match day were pretty safe. They were in third place. They had a good goal difference considering they smashed Monaco last week. If they could just get a tie here, they would basically clinch top 8. And Benfica had something else coming for them, bro. I did not expect this out of them because I had heard that Mourinho with Benfica had been underperforming. They hadn't been doing that well in the league. They were in third place coming into the match day. And Benfica are near the bottom, dude. Like they had to win this game by 2 goals to get into the top 24 to even make it to the playoff section. Holy shit, I wasn't able to watch the game because I was watching Barcelona. I watched the last few minutes. Crazy stuff. Real Madrid got a red. They were down 3-2 in the second half. Then they got a red card that basically killed the game off for them. They had to try and get a tie here. And even losing 3-2 in the last 10 minutes, it seemed like Madrid were going to get through because Sporting, one of these teams, Sporting, Inter, PSG, Newcastle, or Juventus, Atletico, Atlanta. One of them had to be winning the last game, and none of them were. Sporting were tied 2-2 with a few minutes left, and one of these teams had to win to kick Madrid out of the top 8 and make it so that they got into the top 8. And Sporting, bro, in the last minute against Athletic Bilbao, scored to make it 3-2. Then at that point, Madrid felt the pressure. They knew they had to get a draw, but they already were a man down, and Benfica were fiending for another goal because they needed to get 2 to get better goal difference over Marseille. And then in the last minute, bro, Madrid, a few minutes before they got a red card, Rodrigo was talking to the referee. The referee sends him off. They're tired. They're tired of Madrid's shit, bro. They see what they're doing nowadays, and they're reading into it, and they are not letting themselves get bitched around by these Madrid players anymore. I think it is the beginning of a new era, bro, and it makes me very, very proud to be a football fan because I think I have initiated this. I've been saying forever that they intimidate referees to get the things that they want, and finally, the referee didn't allow them to do it. So well done to the referee. 2 red cards for Real Madrid. Benfica looking for the last goal. They send their keeper forward, and on a free kick, they send the cross in, and the keeper ends up scoring in the last minute to send Benfica to the playoff round. Crossing. Wait, Benfica need one more goal. The keeper even came up, dude. They need one more goal apparently. Oh, 4-2! Holy shit! Benfica scored in the last minute, 4-2. And kicking Real Madrid out of the top 8 officially because they needed a goal anyways. But the fact that they conceded a goal in the last minute to go down by 2 basically completely killed their hopes. And yeah, dude, these Madrid guys were coming into this match day talking about how they're top 3 and Barca are in 9th. These things were very, very close, bro. They were very contested. And Madrid have been shocked here because they came in last week. They played great against Monaco. They did decent against Villarreal. I don't think they were expecting this, bro. They were expecting to get into the top 8 today. And they have just barely missed out. Once again, they will be forced to play a playoff round, and that's something that they wanted to avoid this year, but they will have to do again, even though it didn't look like that, man. This team is just very inconsistent, bro. I'm telling you, they are not that good of a team. They are inconsistent, and I saw this video that pissed me off today with Arda Güler. He got subbed off by Arbeloa, and he was crashing out walking to the bench, bro. Who is this guy, bro? Who is Arda Güler? Who does he think he is? He is not that good of a player to be complaining when he gets subbed out. He just isn't that good. My goodness, but Madrid fans, just let me know, give me any updates or any talking points that you want to say about the match because I wasn't able to watch it. I was watching Barcelona, obviously, who had a lot to do to get into the top 8. So let me know, who are you impressed, who are you unimpressed by? Tell me more about the game if you want in the comments, bro. Now to Barcelona. We went down early in the game. Honestly, I'm not surprised anymore. We do this a lot where we start games very slow and we concede goals early, and it's annoying, but I've come to accept it. But we needed a lot of goals. You know, coming into this match day, we were 9th, just outside of the playoff spot, and we were contending with a lot of teams. We knew that we had to win. We knew that we had to win by a good amount of goals. So obviously going down, it was just, oh god, it just didn't look that good. With Eric Garcia, Fermin, and Olmo, we weren't controlling the midfield as much as I would have liked. Garcia, even though I like Garcia a lot, it's clear that he's not a centerman, and I wish he was a bit better at it because I think with his physicality he could help out a lot in there, but he just doesn't have the decision making, in my opinion. Yeah, and it just wasn't ending up that good. After the first goal, after the goal, I think Barca turned it up a bit. We were making a bunch more chances, but it still just wasn't looking that good. Then second half, Bernal came in, changed the flow of the game, helped out a lot more than I thought he would. I genuinely did not think he would help out as much as he did. Bernal played a great game. And yeah, we got the first goal with a great ball. Was it by? I think it was by Olmo. Played it through to Lamine, then laid it off to Lewandowski. Finished it. And yeah, we just kind of carried away after that. Lamine scored off a. It was a lucky bounce, to be honest. He was trying to score there, but lucky deflection in my opinion. Then Rafinha scores the penalty. Then Rashford with a beautiful free kick when he came on in the second half. Honestly, I'm impressed by the second half by Barca. I just wish we could have started off with that type of energy. I don't know why we had to concede that stupid goal. Again, it was a bad pass by Koundé to Eric, and then off that, Copenhagen ended up scoring. Just shit like that, dude. We need to start off games a bit better because it happened last week against Slavia Praga as well. We need to stop giving up goals to teams that don't deserve it because it was a scary start, but we did end up getting the goals. We did end up having enough goal difference, which ended up we didn't even need the goal difference because all the teams a win would have been enough. Fifth to eighth all have 16 points, and ninth Real Madrid have 15. So we would have been good regardless, but I think it's good to just get up in fifth place. Have that. So I'm very proud of Barca. Obviously, it was very I was very worried going into this match day with not getting into the top eight, but we ended up getting it. Very, very good. And Sporting, man, I want to talk about Sporting, dude. They did what they had to do, bro. Got some two very clutch wins in a row. Last week against PSG, upset them. And then this week, scoring in the last minute against Bilbao to confirm they get top eight, bro. Very, very good job by Sporting. And Bilbao and Villarreal just completely disgracing La Liga. Villarreal in 8 games only having one draw, having 7 losses and one draw, completely just making La Liga look like a shithole. Bilbao 8 points, getting kicked out in the last minute. Very disgraceful from both those La Liga teams, but it is what it is. Atletico Madrid weren't able to win, lost today, and they'll be in the playoff section. But one last thing I want to say, bro. If anyone still does not think that this version of the Champions League is a lot better than the group phase that we had before, they are stuck in nostalgia or I don't know, bro. They have something wrong with them. Because this is way more exciting, bro. You had like 8 teams fighting for the top 8, dude. There were only actually like 10 teams. There was only like 3 teams, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, and Arsenal, that were confirmed just good. Actually, no, Liverpool were still fighting as well. There were only 2 teams, Bayern and Arsenal, that were confirmed good, that they would qualify, bro. The rest, they had to fight for top 8 or they had to fight for top 24. Everybody was fighting for something today, except for like the bottom like 4 or 5 teams that were already fucked. But everybody was fighting for something today, bro. And it was unlike the group stage before where 2 teams would usually just be good, or at least like one team in every group would be good, and they could coast and just play their shit team. No, everybody was fighting today, dude. Everybody was fighting for something. They UEFA and football leaders as a whole usually get shit on a lot. They don't get a lot of praise, but the Champions League have done something good here, dude. The UEFA have done something good here with this league phase because everybody has had something to fight for, man. They've all been trying to fight for goals, trying to fight for wins, and yeah, it's put a lot of pressure on these top teams. Cause the thought before this was everybody thought, oh, the top 8 teams will just smack everybody and then they'll just get to coast the last few games. No, it isn't like that, dude. We've seen a lot of upsets. A lot of these teams haven't been getting the results that they thought they would. And look, Real Madrid, Inter, PSG, Newcastle, Juventus, Atletico. These are teams that you think could make it in the top 8, except Newcastle. These are all teams that you could think could make it into the top 8, and no, they'll have to fight for a playoff spot. And Barcelona and Sporting shocked everybody by making it into the top 8. Man City, Sporting, Chelsea, Barca, Tottenham, Liverpool, they all had to fight the last game to get into this top 8, dude. Everybody had to fight to get here, man. I'm very, very grateful that this is how things work now. And I think it makes for a way better viewing experience, you know? It made me pay attention to things I usually would not have paid attention to, like Sporting or Benfica. So yeah, dude. So here's our top 24. These are the teams that will be playing into the next round. Our top 8 is Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting, Man City. They will all have automatic qualifications to the round of 16. 9th through 24th, Real Madrid, Inter, PSG, Newcastle, Juventus, Atletico, Atalanta, Leverkusen, Dortmund, Olympiacos, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, Monaco, Karabag, Bodo Glimt, and Benfica. They will all have to fight in a playoff tie against one another to see who will make it into the top 16. So yeah, dude, very, very exciting day of football. Completely insane. And yeah, dude, you can't get too confident because I think that's what happened to Madrid here, dude. They felt confident. All they needed to do was a tie today, and they ended up losing. Yeah, you always got to stay on your shit in football. You never know.